Dear friends, in the heart of India lies Kashi, a city that has stood for millennia and which is often said to be the oldest continuously inhabited city in the world. To be in Kashi is to be in the presence of history, culture and a unique vibrancy that pulses with the rhythm of time. It is a city where the energies of the past, the present and the future come together in a dance. And this dance continues to shape the destiny of our land. The Kashi Corridor project is not merely an infrastructure development, it is a restoration of the spiritual and cultural energy that has been flowing through this place for thousands of years. It is about making the experience of Kashi accessible, not just physically but also spiritually and emotionally, to people from across the globe. It is a vision for the city that goes beyond bricks and mortar, reaching into the hearts of those who come to this sacred place in search of truth, peace and divine connection. What we must understand is that Kashi is not just a city, it is a living, breathing entity. The energies here have influenced not just the course of Indian history but also the course of human. The Kashi Corridor is designed to enhance the experience of this sacred city by connecting people with its deeper essence. As we look at the development of this corridor, we must ask ourselves, what is it that we wish to preserve and what is it that we wish to expand? The Kashi Corridor should not only facilitate the movement of people but also the movement of the mind and spirit. And it is a space where one should feel the continuity of a tradition that stretches back over 3,000 years yet is fully alive and relevant to the world today. So, let us take a moment to reflect on the deeper significance of such projects. When we build, we do not just build for the present moment, we build for generations. The spiritual dimension of a project like this must never be overlooked, for it is through such spaces that we reconnect with our higher selves and with the divine. In this context, the Kashi Corridor serves as a beacon of what is possible when the forces of development and spirituality come together in harmony. It is not just about giving the people a place to visit, but about creating a space where they can truly experience the sacredness of the place. It is a space that nurtures the spirit, offers peace to the mind and guides individuals on their journey towards deeper self-awareness. Kashi is not just a city, it is a soul, the very essence of India's spiritual pulse. It is a place where time itself seems to pause, where the present moment touches the ancient past, and where every stone, every river, every breath carries the weight of centuries of wisdom and experience. The city has existed for over 3,000 years, with a legacy that stretches far beyond the physical world into the spiritual and metaphysical realms. For countless generations, Kashi has been a destination, a pilgrimage, a place where people come not only to seek knowledge, but to experience a deeper connection with themselves, with the universe and with the divine. It is said that Kashi or Varanasi is the place where the cycle of birth and rebirth is believed to end for the soul, a place where liberation or moksha can be attained. This is why Kashi has been central to the consciousness of India for millennia. It is a city that draws pilgrims and seekers from every corner of the world who come in search of ultimate truth, peace and enlightenment. This city embodies the concept of Sanatana Dharma or eternal truth, where the essence of life is not just in living but in transcending the material world to reach something higher. The ghats of Kashi are not just steps leading to the river, they are steps leading to inner understanding, to the experience of divinity in everyday life. The energy of Kashi is unique, a force that has been passed down through the ages and is still deeply embedded in its people, its rituals and its very fabric. In Kashi, the old and the new are not separate, they coexist harmoniously. It is a city that has seen countless empires rise and fall, yet it remains steadfast in its purpose, to be a beacon of spiritual guidance and awakening. Whether you are looking at the ancient temples, the bustling lanes filled with spiritual discourse, or the serene gaze of the Ganges flowing through the city, there is an undeniable sense that Kashi is the spiritual heart of India, connecting the material with the divine, the human with the cosmic. It is here that the essence of Indian culture, its philosophy, its art, its way of life, has found its most enduring expression. What makes Kashi unique is not just its history or its culture, but the way in which it continues to shape the collective consciousness of millions. It reminds us that life is not merely about the journey of the body, but the journey of the soul. It is a place that transcends time, reminding us that the spiritual journey is not bound by the constraints of our mortal existence. When we speak of Kashi, we speak of a living energy that continues to guide humanity toward deeper understanding, reminding us of the eternal truths that live within each of us if only we are willing to look inward. Kashi, in its truest form, is not a city on a map, but a state of being, an experience that anyone, anywhere can tap into when they are ready to connect with the timeless wisdom that the city represents. It is the heart of India, not because it is geographically situated in the north, but because it is the spiritual center that nourishes the soul of the nation, a place where the heart of India can truly be understood. Kashi is not a city defined solely by the passage of time, it is a place that transcends the very concept of time itself. While most cities are shaped by the events and epochs that unfold within them, Kashi has existed so long that it feels as though it has always been and will always be a beacon of spiritual and cultural continuity. It is not merely a physical space, but a timeless realm where past, present and future converge into a singular eternal moment. In Kashi, history is not just a series of events in a timeline, but an ongoing, living presence that can be felt in every step one takes, in every breath one inhales. For over 3,000 years, Kashi has withstood the forces of time. It has seen civilizations rise and crumble, witnessed invasions, conquests and empires come and go. Yet, despite all the turmoil and change, the spirit of Kashi has remained unshaken. It has absorbed the influence of many different cultures and philosophies, and yet its core essence has never wavered. The ancient temples, the sacred Ganges, the rituals that continue today as they have for millennia, these are not merely remnants of history, they are living expressions of a truth that is ageless and eternal. In Kashi, time feels fluid. The centuries-old rituals that unfold on the ghats, the chanting of mantras, the offerings made to the river, all of this creates an experience where the linear progression of time dissolves. It is as if each moment is connected to every moment that came before it, creating a sense of continuity that spans beyond human understanding. When you walk the narrow lanes of Kashi, you walk in the footsteps of sages, saints and seekers who have walked the same paths for centuries. Their energy, their wisdom still permeates the air, grounding the city in an unbroken chain of spiritual wisdom. What makes Kashi truly unique is its ability to stay relevant and alive in the modern world despite its ancient roots. In an age when everything around us is evolving at an unprecedented rate, Kashi remains an enduring symbol of the timeless truths of life. It is a city that offers no disconnect between the old and the new. Instead, it provides a seamless bridge that unites the past with the present, allowing both to coexist and inform each other. The bustling markets and the vibrant life that exists on the streets do not overshadow the ancient spirit of the city, but instead weave together into a tapestry that is both old and new, timeless and contemporary. This sense of timelessness is not just confined to the physical elements of the city, but extends to its people as well. The inhabitants of Kashi carry with them a profound understanding of time's true nature. They live not just for the fleeting moments of the present, but in connection with the eternal rhythms of life that pulse through the land. Every action, every gesture, no matter how small, is imbued with the understanding that they are part of something much larger, something that is beyond the boundaries of individual lives, beyond the transient nature of worldly existence. To experience Kashi is to experience a city that is beyond time, where the limitations of human perception are lifted and one can feel the presence of eternity. It is a reminder that in the grand scheme of things, time is but an illusion and the real essence of life exists beyond the confines of momentary existence. In Kashi, one encounters the sacredness of life, the deep knowing that existence itself is infinite and that every soul is part of this vast eternal dance. The energy of Kashi is not something that can be easily described with words. It is something that must be felt, experienced, and understood from within. It is an intangible force that flows through the streets, the temples, the river, and the very air itself. It is the kind of energy that you don't simply observe from the outside, but are inevitably drawn into, like a magnetic field that pulls you deeper and deeper into its embrace. The energy of Kashi is ancient, vibrant and alive. It pulses through the veins of the city, weaving its presence into the lives of those who visit and those who have called this place home for generations. There is something profoundly sacred about the land itself. The moment you set foot in Kashi, it feels as though you are walking into a space where time and space themselves lose their usual meaning. The city hums with a deep vibrational frequency that is unlike any other. This is the energy of the land, the collective presence of every saint, sage, seeker and devotee who has ever passed through, adding their own spiritual essence to the sacred soil of Kashi. The vibrations of this place reverberate beyond the material, reaching into the heart and mind, awakening a deeper sense of awareness. The Ganges flowing gently through the city is not just a river, it is the very lifeblood of Kashi, its most powerful source of energy. The river's waters carry a certain purity, a sanctity that cannot be found anywhere else. To dip one's toes into the Ganges is to cleanse not just the body, but the spirit itself. The sound of its gentle flow, the sight of its shimmering surface, the rituals that take place along its banks, everything associated with the river serves to amplify the energy of Kashi. It is a river that connects the physical with the spiritual, the temporal with the eternal. There is also the energy of the rituals that occur daily on the ghats, in the temples and along every corner of the city. From the early morning aarti to the quiet prayers of the evening, these practices create a rhythm that synchronizes with the pulse of the universe. They are not mere traditions or customs, but vibrant expressions of a deeper truth, repeated every day in honor of life's eternal cycle. These rituals are the manifestation of devotion, belief and reverence, an acknowledgement that there is something greater than the self, something that binds all living beings together. The energy that arises from such collective acts of worship is powerful and transformative. The people of Kashi carry this energy with them as well. There is an inherent peacefulness in the people of this city, an understanding that life is impermanent yet divinely significant. The very way the people live, how they approach each day, each task, each encounter, feels infused with an energy that reflects the city's spiritual essence. The calm acceptance, the unhurried pace, and the deep connection to the sacred are qualities that flow through the hearts of the people who reside here. It is an energy that invites you to slow down, to be more present, to experience life with greater depth and awareness. And it's not just the locals who feel this energy, it is the countless pilgrims, visitors and seekers who come from all corners of the world to experience the city. Those who walk the ghats, sit by the river or wander through the narrow lanes of Kashi cannot help but be swept up in its current. Whether one comes seeking spiritual liberation, personal growth or simply the peace of being in a place untouched by the rush of the modern world, the energy of Kashi opens the door to deeper states of being. It has the power to transform, to heal, to reveal and to awaken. The energy of Kashi is not confined to a single location within the city, it spreads everywhere. It exists in the tranquil mornings, in the crowded markets, in the vibrant festivities, and in the silent moments of contemplation. It exists in the offerings placed at the feet of the sacred deities, in the smoke rising from incense, in the sound of bells. It is a dynamic, ever-present force that invites you to step outside the limits of your ordinary experience and into something boundless and profound. In Kashi, there is no separation between the material and the spiritual. The energy here does not only affect the mind or the body, it affects the very essence of who you are, touching something deep within, that part of you that is untouched by time, that part of you that connects to the divine. It is the energy that continues to nourish, heal and guide all who come to it with an open heart. Kashi is a reminder that true energy is not about physical power, but about spiritual resonance, the kind that emanates from a place steeped in truth, devotion and reverence. The Kashi Corridor is far more than just a physical development project. It goes beyond the creation of roads, buildings or modern amenities. In its truest essence, it is a manifestation of a much deeper vision, one that encompasses not just the infrastructure of a city, but the very infrastructure of human consciousness. The development of Kashi is a reflection of an intention to foster a deeper connection between people and the sacred, between the material and the spiritual. This corridor is not merely a pathway for people to move from one point to another. It is a means to guide individuals towards a deeper experience of Kashi's spiritual heart, a means to connect them with the timeless energy that flows through this sacred land. Kashi as a city has long been a place of spiritual and philosophical. The physical structure that will emerge through the corridor are not just designed to enhance accessibility or ease travel, they are conceived as gateways to an experience that transcends the limitations of mere physical presence. Every stone, every step, every structure in this corridor is being crafted to resonate with the energy of the city, to harmonize with the vibrations that exist within Kashi's sacred space. The purpose is to create an environment where the experience of the city becomes more than just a surface-level interaction, but a deeply transformative journey, one that allows the visitor or pilgrim to experience a shift in awareness. When we speak of infrastructure, it's easy to think of it only in terms of buildings, roads or technology. But the Kashi Corridor recognizes that true infrastructure is more than just the physical, it is the very framework of human experience itself. In this city, infrastructure must serve to elevate the spirit, guide the mind and foster a deeper connection to the sacred. This is why the corridor is designed with a sense of reverence, a deep acknowledgement of the spiritual significance that Kashi holds for millions of people. It is not just about making the city more navigable or convenient, it is about creating a space that invites you to pause, reflect and experience the profound energy that permeates the land. This development also takes into account the rich history of the city, its ancient customs and its cultural heritage. The project does not seek to erase or overshadow the past, but instead to preserve and enhance the city's timeless traditions. The development is meant to complement the sacredness of Kashi, allowing the flow of daily life to continue, while facilitating a deeper connection to the city's spiritual and cultural legacy. As visitors walk through the new pathways or enter newly designed spaces, they will be guided by the energies of those who came before them, by the sages, the seekers and the saints who have added to the sanctity of Kashi over the ages. The new infrastructure will provide a space for people to connect not just with the city physically, but with its soul. In the context of the Kashi Corridor, infrastructure is not an end in itself, but a means to an end. The true purpose of these developments is to allow people to access not just the physical beauty of Kashi, but its spiritual depth. The corridor will make it easier to navigate the sacred spaces of the city, but it also aims to facilitate an inner journey, to help each individual experience Kashi as a place where their inner transformation can begin. It is a carefully crafted process, where the very physical development of the city becomes an invitation to experience the divine. In many ways, the Kashi Corridor is a bridge connecting people with the timeless wisdom of the past, while helping them navigate the present moment. It is a space designed not merely for the conveniences of modern life, but to open up new possibilities for the growth of the human spirit. The infrastructure may provide physical comfort, but its true aim is to foster a deep sense of belonging, peace and connection with something far greater than oneself. It's about creating a physical environment where the soul is as free to roam as the body is. This development also seeks to foster a deeper understanding of Kashi's significance, not only for those who are familiar with its ancient history, but also for those who are encountering it for the first time. It is a way to invite the world into the sacred space of the city without diminishing the sacredness of the experience. By carefully designing spaces that respect and amplify the city's energy, the corridor becomes a space for personal reflection, growth and connection. This is not about turning Kashi into a mere tourist destination, It's about creating a space where each visitor can discover their own spiritual path, their own truth, their own moment of awakening. The Kashi Corridor, therefore, is not simply a construction project, it is a divine effort to elevate the human experience. It provides the means to access the outer world of Kashi but also the inner world of the soul. It's about expanding the possibilities of human experience, where the physical and the spiritual are not seen as separate but as deeply intertwined, guiding the individual toward a richer, fuller life. The true infrastructure of Kashi, then, is not in the roads or buildings, but in the hearts and minds of those who come here to experience something much greater than themselves. In the end, the Kashi Corridor represents much more than a physical transformation of a city. It is a spiritual rebirth, an invitation for all who come to connect with the timeless wisdom and sacred energy that flows through this ancient land. As the infrastructure of Kashi evolves, it is not simply designed to accommodate the growing numbers of people who visit, but to elevate their experience, helping them transcend the material and experience the divine. It reminds us that true development is not just about building roads or structures, but about creating spaces that nurture the spirit, that open the heart, and that connect us all to something larger than ourselves. As we move forward, let us remember that Kashi, in its essence, has always been a place of deep transformation. The corridor, with its vision and energy, will serve as a bridge between the past and the future, allowing us to walk the ancient paths with new awareness and inviting each one of us to experience the profound peace and wisdom that resides here. May the Kashi Corridor not only transform the physical city, but also ignite a transformation within each of us, guiding us on a path of deeper self-discovery, spiritual growth, and lasting connection to the divine. This is not just a project of construction, it is a living, breathing testament to the power of sacred space, and may it continue to nourish every soul that steps into its flow.